Hey there and happy Friday. Welcome to Big Agent Meeting. My name is Russ Laggan. I am going to be your host today. And today we've got a show lined up for you. But first, before we kick off who's going to be on the show, I wanted to say, hey, you guys all made it. We made it past the NAR deadline thing going on last week. I don't know. Did anybody notice that? Did you catch anything? One of the things I've been watching across the board is I've been seeing some things being done really, really well. And I've been seeing some things done really, really not so well. One of the things I want to make sure we do today is make sure we encourage you to be kind. Be kind when you're out there, because there's plenty of people that don't have the leadership that you have here at EXP, that haven't taught them and trained them and ran them through this thing 50 times for the last 6 months. There's some of them that are seeing some of this stuff for the first time throughout this week. So be kind with the people that you're working with out there. See if you can grab someone by the hand and help them through this process. And what you're going to do by doing that is not only make your world a little better, you're going to make somebody else's world a little bit better. So as this week keeps progressing and the next couple months progress, grab somebody by the hand and help them up. And what you'll find is you're just going to make everything a better place. So today we've got a beautiful show lined up for you. We're going to kick it right off with our Chief Technology Officer, Sumanth, along with our SVP, Senior Vice President of Solutions, Kaustubh, and we're going to be talking about technology. Then I'm going to go over to Bryon Ellington. We're going to do a quick update on what's going on in the university, of course. And then Bryon's going to be talking with Duane Richins and Jeremy Davis, agents extraordinaire at EXP, about what they're doing in their business. And they're going to have some really great value traction items for you guys to be able to put in your business this week. So today we've got a ton of power. And to kick it off, we're going to start off with talking tech with none other than Sumanth, Kamath, and Kaustubh Latkar from our technology department. Come on down, guys. How are you?
Very good, Russ. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited, Russ.
You guys have a ton of amazing stuff in the background. I just saw you guys in Seattle. It was great to see you in Seattle. And you guys are talking about a bunch of things going a bunch of different directions. But today we're going to be focused on MyeXp app, if I understand correct.
Absolutely, yes. So we've invested a lot in our agents. We've invested a lot in our technology. And one such investment is MyeXp, the latest version. And that is what we are here to talk about.
Fantastic.
So yeah, again, thank you, Russ. I'm Sumanth Kamath. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at EXP Realty. Kaustubh Latkar, my partner in crime, is the SVP over Product and Technology. Again, we are here to talk about MyeXp, the latest version. We're super excited about it. It provides seamless experiences to our agents and also empowers them in running their business. So with that, Kaustubh.
You're absolutely right, Sumanth. In MyeXp app, we have built features that help our agent community leverage the different pathways to success and to grow in EXP, ensuring that everyone has the tools they need to succeed. Today, I want to walk through how the recent features we have released bring out key data insights and information when our agents need those.
Fantastic.
Awesome. So let's dive in. The MyeXp app is first up built for joining agents. So when you as a new agent, when you join EXP, the Getting Started task list helps you get oriented, taking you through each step of the process. And all you need to do is follow along, and you're all set up. As you start and grow your business and your transactions, a productivity dashboard provides you with real-time updates on your revenue, earning, and capping, enabling you to track your business very well. And at any time you need support, MyeXp connects you to a real human being. So real human support via chat, phone, right inside the app.
Fantastic.
Yes, as you can see, this is such a powerful tool, driving tons of insights for our agents, helps them stay ahead of the competition. Don't they, Kaustubh?
Absolutely. And there are tons of tools in the app that our agents have access to. Agents can directly go to these tools and this information inside the app. Whether you're looking for marketing information, your state-specific or your country-specific guidance, it is available in the tools section. MyeXp makes it very easy to find the right information at the right time. And moving on to team leaders. MyeXp helps you manage your team more effectively with features like overseeing onboarding, tracking your team's performance, that helps you identify stars in your teams and detailed reports about your team's numbers. And with the ability to view these dashboards and filter reports, team leaders have information that matters the most for their team's success.
So let me ask you guys a real quick question here. So can I see this on my laptop, or can I see this on my phone, or can I see this on both?
Oh, that's an excellent question, Russ. So it is all of the above. MyeXp is available on your browser like a conventional application. It has all the tools that you need for it to work in your browser, but it is also an Android and iOS app. And many of our agents use the app on the go because it is that good.
Yeah.
And
So
Russ,
if you
with this latest release,
Yep.
we've seen a lot of agent activity. We've seen a lot of agents in the application.
Yep.
We encourage our agents to, for those of you who haven't downloaded this application, please go ahead and do that today.
There you go. That's exactly what I was going to do. Is say, guys, open up your phones right now, and whether you have an Android or you have an Apple phone, and you go to your app store and you scroll over there, and you're going to pop on this guy right here. You pop on this guy right here, MyeXp app. See, I've got it on my phone. And download that app and open that thing up and start surfing around. It was kind of funny because we were having a meeting on Wednesday, and at lunch we were having a conversation, and one of the ladies was like, well, let me pull that up on my EXP app. And I looked over and I was like, well, you got a bunch of stuff on yours that I don't have on mine because I haven't been on mine in like 2 weeks. And she was like, this is amazing, the different features they have. And I can pull this up and this up and this up. And she was literally just walking me through it live at lunch, which was fantastic. So the app is very robust now.
Awesome. Absolutely, Russ. And I have something exciting. For folks who are recruiting agents, the MyeXp offers a suite of tools designed to support your recruiting process, from detailed analytics of your organization. And yes, if you're sponsoring agents, all of your organization is visible in MyeXp on your phone, on your browser. And it provides you comprehensive reports, and you can have the information, and you have the information to grow your organization. One fun thing that I love about one of our new features is it offers you, as a recruiter, the opportunity to celebrate milestones or support your agents in your organization who need your help. So someone in your revenue share organization CAPS, MyeXp alerts you about that event, and you get to see it as an alert. And what's more, you can access tools to send out personalized gifts right from that alert to celebrate their success. And this is the amazing part of what we have done with MyeXp. We're offering and building tools to kind of promote our community, to help them succeed. And this part is really exciting. Our Pay Now feature, which gives you, revenue share earners, instant and early access to your revenue share earning right from your phone. And we support real-time payments, which means the money is in your bank fast. Couple that with your year-end tax documents. Who doesn't like tax? But it is there in the application. So all of your earnings and your financial information is in one app.
That is beautiful. I've heard a number of people that have actually used that and done the get your cash now thing. And they said it was in their bank within 20 minutes or so. They said it was very much like when they do Venmo or Zelle.
Absolutely.
I love that.
That's what we're getting. Get your money fast.
I love it.
Awesome.
So, go ahead.
I just have one quick thing to say, Sumanth. And along with these features, there's a lot of data that's available. So this is not just an app that sits on your phone. It is your enterprise app. So your earnings, your revenue share, your growth, your transaction data, your mentor-mentee data, all of the data is available, and we continue to build this. So your detailed reports at a granular level are getting built, and we're releasing them as an improvement. This is based on your feedback. So we talk to a lot of our agents, we take that feedback, and we continue building this application to become really, really effective for you. It's not just about tracking, it is about growing your business, and every piece of data is a stepping stone to success.
So Russ, in the technology organization, we have a saying. It goes something like, you have to be visual in collecting in requirements.
Yes.
You have to be agile in building stuff.
Yes.
And the third one is you have to go directly to your consumer, right? Directly to the end agent to get information, get requirements. So we put all of those three in motion. This tool was built in record time, being in front of the agents, with agents helping us, giving the requirements, and the feedback has been awesome. Like, the people who are telling us, stopping us in conferences and talking to us about how cool this tool is.
Yep.
My last item here is that we will continue to invest in it. We'll continue to invest in the tool. We'll continue to invest in our agents. And from here, we have a robust roadmap going forward.
Absolutely.
So I think the fun part is, from the start of somebody joining EXP, the first thing anybody bringing somebody in needs to do is make sure that they've got the EXP app up and running, because that's going to start them off on the right page with a step-by-step, exactly what they need to do going forward, moving forward, and getting connected to everything EXP. And then they're able to manage their business, see their business and manage their business, track their numbers, track their stats. If they're building a team, they can track their team. If they're building revenue share organizations, they can track their revenue share organizations. And also, I love the ability for you guys to just click a button and send me $100 bills as a reward. I think that's great. If you guys want to test it a couple times on me, that's great. I take chocolate too. That's cool. Dark chocolate only though. But I love the fact that you've got the solutions for almost every aspect of the way EXP does business, which is different than the way other people do business. So fantastic. Great job, guys. And if you guys haven't seen it already, QR code is up here on the screen for the Apple phones and the Android phones. Hit that QR code, open that puppy up, and it'll take you right to the MyeXp app. It doesn't get any easier than that. So guys, last words. What else? Anything last words you want to say?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is, Russ, is that we continue to listen to our agents. We get direct feedback from them, and we'll continue to solve agent pain points. That's why this technology team is here. We are here for our agents, and we'll continue to do this.
Great. If somebody has a brilliant idea, where do they go to give that idea towards you guys?
Right inside the app, there is a feedback button. So everything inside the app.
Yes.
Go and hit the feedback button. There's an instant NPS button in the app, and we are listening. We are watching the feedback. Tell us what you need. Tell us how you feel, and we'll get back to you and fix those problems and build those solutions.
Fantastic. All right, Sumanth, Kaustubh, it's a pleasure having you guys here today. Thank you for all your hard work. I know that was a heavy lift, and I'm glad it's up and running. And I think you guys have added some absolute value in that MyeXp app that's really usable. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate you and what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, there you go. Chief Technology Officer and the guy actually on the ground making stuff happen for you guys. So if you got suggestions or feedback, hit the feedback button in MyeXp app and let them know if there's something that you'd like to see in there. They'll put it on the list and add it to the roadmap as they go forward. So let's jump right on to Bryon Ellington, Chief Learning Officer of EXP University. Hey, Bryon, how are you doing today?
Hey, Russ, I'm doing great. Thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. What's going on with EXP University these days? You guys are cranking stuff everywhere, it seems like.
We're trying, man. Well, happy Friday to you. Yeah. So next week, if you haven't taken a look at the calendar, mark your calendars. Next week on Monday, we're going to get started with our Level Up series. Tuesday, we have Kickstart. Wednesday, we have Winning Clients. Thursday. Now, I don't know if you saw the past two master classes that we started doing. For those of you that are not familiar, each week a different EXP executive is going and putting on a masterclass on a topic that they're really fantastic at. So a couple of weeks ago, Holly did one on winning buyers post NAR, and it was amazing. Holly Mabry, our Senior Vice President of Brokerage Ops, just nailed it. Talked about our new forms, talked about the scripting and how to really position yourself powerfully with buyers and also with sellers. This past Thursday, yesterday, Kindle did one on online lead conversion. If you didn't see either one of those things, they're up on our YouTube channel. Go check those out. This coming Thursday, I don't like to brag, but yours truly is going to be doing, look at that. Look at that. And they even used the photo I gave them. Wow. So I'm going to be doing one on building a powerful business fast. Look, whether you are a new agent or an agent who's really just kind of looking to ramp up your production, and we can get you going really quickly. And we're going to be sharing some of the principles that are coming out of FastCap, which I'll talk about in a second, on that call. By the way, that call is available outside of EXP too. So if you got some folks who are either getting their license or a license that you think you could help them with their business from some of the great training we provide, invite them to that call on Thursday. That's going to be Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So please do check that out. And it's on our YouTube channel.
I am dying.
Yeah,
I'm dying to do my master class. So I'm waiting for you guys to get me on the schedule, waiting for the invite, because I've got a wonderful one on how to do a pork shoulder.
It's coming. Are we talking like pibil? I mean, like real Puerto Rican style, or what are we doing here?
Doing like Detroit style, where it might have a little dirt on it, but it's going to be flavorful.
I'm looking forward to that. All right, you're on the schedule now. Next Friday, we've got a big agent meeting. Smita Singh from Houston is going to come on. She's going to teach us her open house strategy. It is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to that conversation. And then finally, last but not least, before we bring on our amazing guest, FastCap. So I've been on this show talking about FastCap before. We did a pilot over the summer. There you go. We are officially launching it September 4th. Now, let me tell you why you would care. And I can tell you all about the program, or you can just go to this website and you can look at it. But here's what I think you would want to know about the program. For 109 agents who are reporting, we give agents CSU as part of this program. Yeah. For 109 agents reporting through CSU each week, they did over a 6-week period, 6 weeks, 9,400 real talks. These are real estate conversations with new contacts in Sphere, 183 open houses, and a lot of other activities. But here's the cool thing. Again, these are newer, lower producing agents that went through this program. 5.4 buyer and listing appointments each during the 6-week program, 5.4 each on average, 1.9 buyer and listing agreements on average per person reporting. Now, let me just ask you really quick. You don't have to answer it because I can't hear you. How did your last 6 weeks look? Because if they didn't look like that, when I say that FastCap is a 6-week immersive productivity training program that's going to focus on habits, strategies, and techniques of fast capping agents, we built this by going out and interviewing agents who did at least 2 deals their first 6 months in the business, and at least 12 deals their first 12 months in the business. These are people who got after it fast. And so we modeled what they did to build this program. If you want to build your business fast, September 4th, this is a registration. You saw the QR code there. And please do come be part of it. On September 4th is our kickoff call. We're going to get you set up for success. We'll tell you all about the program, and you can choose whether or not you really want to commit to the 6 weeks on that September 4th call. But we hope you do, and we look forward to seeing you there.
That 1.9 number is mind blowing, because that's 6 weeks, right? So if you do that twice, that'd be 4 or so in 3 months, which would put you on track for around 16 sales in a year if you just extrapolate that thing out. So if you show up and you do the work works when you do the work on that particular program, and those results, Bryon, that is absolutely phenomenal numbers. I love seeing that. In 6 weeks, almost 2 deals per person average was gained by those 109 agents. That's phenomenal, dude. Absolutely phenomenal. Mind boggling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they really got after it, and we hope that you all do too when you come join us. All right, so today's guests, I've got Duane Richins and Jeremy Davis. Now, these guys are amazing at circle prospecting. We had a great conversation, so I asked them if they come on and share some of the things that they shared with me. So, Duane, Jeremy, are you guys there? Hey, guys, how are you?
All right, take it away, guys. I'll see you guys at the end.
All right, Russ, thanks so much, bud. All right. So, Duane and Jeremy, could you just start off by just introducing yourselves and maybe share a little bit about your first year in the business? I know you guys have been in the business for a while now, but maybe share a little bit about your first year as you do introduce yourself.
So I'm Duane Richins. I specialize in just door-to-door real estate. So my first year in real estate, I came in with my foot half in, as I was still doing door-to-door alarm sales, and I made crazy money there, high 6 figures. And so I didn't know if door-to-door real estate would be something would be as effective. So I did it part-time. But my first month, I sold 10 homes, and then took month.
Seems like it was effective, Duane. Seems like you did okay.
It worked all right for my first month. Took month 2 off because I had no clue what I was doing. Month 2, I sold 14 homes. Took month 4 off, and over that first year, I sold 89 homes. So it was a great transition to get out of selling alarm systems door to door. And it's been a huge blessing in my life for sure.
That's awesome. Jeremy, how about you? And I think you're on mute, buddy.
Yeah, my story is pretty similar. I've been in door-to-door sales for 15 years now. I did alarm sales for about 10 years, all over the nation. Was a religious professor before that. Someone wanted to see if I could compete with them in door-to-door sales. So I did door-to-door sales, did really well, mainly that guy up there, and did really well. Supported my family, 3 kids. We traveled all over the country. Then we decided to plant roots, got into real estate, relocated to a brand new area. I had no database. And so I was like, well, I know how to go door to door and I know how to copy and paste. So let me try to figure that out. I did 25 deals my first 6 months, did 75 my first year, just going door to door, getting the right coaches, having the right systems in place. So it's been an incredible adventure.
Yeah. And, I want to say something right off the bat because I've taught agents prospecting for, 2 decades. And there's this pervasive attitude that door-to-door sales has, a tinge to it. My experience, and I've been in a lot of top agent masterminds where the top agents were door-to-door folks. My experience is that some of the most successful agents in this industry are door-to-door. In fact, one of the most successful luxury agents I knew was a door-to-door agent. Her price point was $4 million, and she was knocking homes in that neighborhood. So whatever mindset you have about door-to-door, suspend it for a second and really let's kind of dive in because what these guys are doing is amazing. So first off, I'm curious. Tell me about the cadence and the schedule. What's the routine around this? And then we'll dig in on the scripting and the techniques and things like that. How often should I be going door to door as an agent? And how big of neighborhood, how many doors am I knocking?
Jeremy, you want to take that one?
Sure. Yeah. So door to door is a little different. You want to be in an area where people are transacting often. And so I don't want to be there in the morning because people are gone. If I call them or if I go knock their house, they're probably going to be gone, especially those townhome condo communities where you can get them to sell and then get them to buy on the other side. And so they're going to be home 4, 5, 6, 7 in the afternoon. So our schedule that I kept that got me to produce and all the agents that are in our program is from 2 to 9. So we want them to be on the doors about 2 o'clock and go all the way until 9. There's a lot of strategy and psychology behind that. But in the morning, it's basically productive time. I want to get all my emails done, coordinate with my TC, do everything on social media. And then I have nothing left but to go prospect. And so that's the schedule. We want people to be on the doors as long as possible. And then your neighborhood, you want about 1,000 people. You want to be able to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 streets where you can go up one street, come back down, go up the next street, come back down, go back to the first street. Because when you're going door to door, the greatest advantage is it's not blind. When I'm cold calling, when I'm circle prospecting, it's blind. I pick a neighborhood, I hit dial, there's no control. Door to door, I can literally look at all the houses, they're home, they're home, they're home, they're home. And it's almost like a 99% response rate where I knock on the door, I know that they're going to answer. So there's a lot of strategy, but the main benefit is I know who's home, and then I can basically predict who's going to be on the other side of the door when they answer.
You said something interesting, almost as a throwaway comment, but I think it's important. You said you target areas, you like to target areas if you can, where there's a high likelihood that not only are they moving up, but they're moving up someplace close, so you can kind of double dip that client. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, that's interesting. And then when you're talking about a neighborhood, there's going to be a lot of people who aren't home and so on and so forth. And then you're going to, at some point, hit all the doors that you can in that neighborhood. And so what's the cycle of coming back to that same neighborhood?
Hey, Bryon, can I interject something real quick? You
Sure.
talked about, them upgrading and moving someplace close where you're getting 2 transactions. I also want you to think of how many friends they have in that neighborhood that are the same age that they connect with that then become referrals. So that's a huge part to this too. After 2 years, I was able to stop prospecting completely and sell over 25 million plus a year. And it's based off of having that same demographic of people that share your information, and you usually get 3 or 4 sales out of them. So it's not just 1, not just 2. You're also helping them buy the next house and sell it and buy their forever home. So sorry, go ahead back to your question.
Yeah, that's incredible. There's a lot to dig in there, but I was asking about the cycle of coming back to a neighborhood. How often are you knocking these homes? Is it once a year, once semi-annually? How do you do it?
Yeah. I do it personally every 4 months. So I'm going to dive back in every 4 months, and I don't go back with the same approach. I'm going back just to add value. Hey, there's been some real estate changes. This has gone up, but I mostly want to invite you to one of our free events and love to have you connect. And I just stay connected that way. So any questions you have about real estate, what the market's doing, and so you become a local realtor that they know and trust because you're there every 4 months in person.
Okay. All right. So about 3 times a year, we're going to go do this. Now, before I go knock, am I doing a whole lot of groundwork? Is there, research I need to be going and doing for that particular area? And if so, what is that?
Jeremy, you want to answer that?
Yeah. So I basically want to know all the comps in the area, what just sold, if there's any active listings, what the average appreciation for that community is, what the price per square foot is, what they were built for, just that type of data. In regards to sending mailers out and all door hangers, I don't do any of that because that's all right here. The value that I'm providing is up here. And so when I get to an area, the only thing that I had prepped is the night before. I pick where I'm going to park my car. I pick how long I'm going to be there. And then besides that, I have like a knocking ritual. When I get to an area, I get out of the car immediately because the hardest door is that car door. And so I get out of the car immediately. I watch a motivational video by Les Brown. I've watched it for 15 years. It's like a 4-minute video. I say my fears out loud, my affirmations out loud. I eat a piece of candy. I say a prayer, and then I go make a friend. My first goal in the first couple contacts is to make a friend, get someone to laugh, and then boom, it's game time after that.
I love that. And it's so important to have those rituals. I was sharing that I have rituals before I come on things like this, even just to kind of get yourself centered and get your mind right. So that's awesome. I love that. Duane, how about you? Are you doing a whole lot of ritual work as well when you go prospect like that?
I'm the same way. Jeremy's probably a little bit more detailed than I am. I get into the area, and if it's hot, I kick the AC on, put my face right over the vent for like a minute, and I set a timer on my phone because he's right. That first door is your car door. It is so hard to get it open. And if it's freezing cold, I'm in Utah, we would get down in the teens and we would be out knocking doors. And so I'd kick the heater on high, set my timer, and know what I'm going to go do. And for me, it wasn't necessarily a time thing. My goal was always to have so many under contracts. And so when I first started, it was 10 under contract. My second year was 20 under contract at all times. And so it was go out and get a deal. Go out and get a deal. I'm looking for under contracts. And I tell everybody in our programs and our coaching program on our teams, you need to be doing 250 contacts a week. That's the bare minimum. 50 a day, 5 days a week. I never worked weekends. Saturdays and Sundays, I was always off and with the family. But go out with a purpose to put people under contract. You are at the appointment. As soon as they open the door, you're face to face. You're there to close. So close them. Get under contracts immediately.
Yeah. And you said 250 to 300 folks per week, but you said contacts, not doors, right? We're talking about live conversations here.
Yes.
Right? Okay. And you may not know this off the top of your head. We didn't talk about it. Do you know, roughly speaking, how many doors you're going to knock to have those 250 to 300 conversations?
If you're doing what Jeremy said, like we can look for signs of life. You can look for doors open. You can look for lights on. You can look for what you need to know, watch kids come home, watch people pull in the garage, close the door. So if you're looking for signs of life, you're pretty high. So you shouldn't be knocking more than 300 to get 250.
Yeah. I would say along those lines too, is I've always described it as you start knocking with a tank of energy. And if you go door to door to door to door to door and no one's answering because they're home, that energy, that willpower gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then all of a sudden you're 2 hours in, you want to leave. So you have to protect that. And you do that by spot knocking, which Duane talked about. Look for signs of life, make sure they're home. 2 cars, 1 car by the door. Usually the decision maker parks closest to the door. If there's no cars, I'm looking for tire tracks.
Lost him there for a minute.
Yeah. He said he's looking for tire tracks.
That's probably in the snow or even if it's raining or stuff, you can see when cars are pulled in and out. So you're looking for, just signs that, hey, people are home, people are not home, they've left. and what you can do with that.
And so there's the signs of life that people are there or not. And then there's other signs that you look for as well, and give you a little clue of who might be there. Is that right? Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So Duane and I are probably pretty similar here, but if I see two cars and it's like, okay, I'm going to go knock this one, I'm looking at license plates, I'm looking at bumper stickers, the type of car they have, how well they took care of their lawn, if they have any like gnomes in the yard or any decor on the door. Usually when you do it long enough, you can say, okay, marine, nice yard, clean porch. This is probably like an analytical driver. Let me shift my pitch a little bit, knock. And so you can kind of customize that the more doors that you knock and the more people you talk to.
And you can always see bikes. You can see flowered curtains, flowered couches. You can see inside the door when you knock. So it tells you, do we have kids? Is this a young family? Is this an older person? And you can really know who you're going to talk to before they open the door.
All right. Well, so let's get there. So we did our groundwork. We know a little bit about the neighborhood. Do we have like flyers in our hand, or is that coming later through email and things like that? Okay, so no flyers. So we're gonna knock the door, and are we gonna be like right up here, like ready to stick our foot in the door the minute it opens so they can't slam it, or how are we proceeding?
So I think the mindset honestly needs to be set first. You need to feel like they're stepping into your office. So have your mind ready, knowing that you have information first that they need to have and that they need you, because most clients need a professional real estate agent. So hopefully all you real estate agents out there are already having that mindset. But for me, I'm about 8 steps back, and I am cool as a cat. I am so comfortable because I've done this for so long that when they open the door, it's so easy for me just to connect with them. And no, you don't want to be right up against the door. You don't want to be broad-chested to the door. You want to be at an angle so you're not, intimidating to them, especially as a male. I'm 6'2", so you don't want to look like, hey, I'm ready to pounce on you. You want to be back and just very, very chill and relaxed.
Yeah, this is the way I was trained too, is turn 45 degrees away from the door so you're not looking like you're about to rush the door the second they open and things like that. So the door opens and we say what to begin the conversation?
Hey, my name is Duane. I'm with MyeXp. Did your neighbors tell you I was going to stop by and see you? That's the first word of my pitch.
Why that?
Because immediately they expect you to be selling something or wonder why you're there, and they don't want to see you. I mean, you think of all you guys that have someone knock at your door that you don't know, you're not expecting anybody, and you're like, ugh, I'd rather be cooking, watching TV, doing anything but answering someone at my door that I don't know. So their first initial thought is, how do I get rid of this person? And so when they open the door and I ask them, did your neighbors tell you I was going to come by and see you? It's a focus redirect. It causes them to think, what neighbor, why? And it goes from, I want to get you off my doorstep to, no, they haven't. And their mind completely shifts. And then I ask, oh, no worries. Have you ever thought about buying, selling, or investing in real estate? And that is the pitch. That is 100% our pitch every time. And then you go off question-based selling from there. So there's no script after that point, but that is the initial approach.
And I'm going to assume that the vast majority of time, the answer to that second question, have you ever thought about buying or selling or investing in real estate, is no. Is my assumption wrong?
It is no, and I want the no. I do not want them to say yes. I want them to say no, because then I have a follow-up question that comes right after that. And it's, is this your forever home? And in the areas we're knocking, it's not. So they say no. And when they say no, guess what? They just told me they want to buy a house. So then I follow up with the next question, what's your time frame? And once they give me a time frame, it gives me something then to work off of. So if they say 5 months, a year, 2 years, why 2 years? What's important about the 2 years? And then I can go through and literally diagnose the whole thing and help them understand why it's better to buy or sell now than wait the 2 years.
Okay. And if they do say 2 years, and I'm going to assume most people, if they do give a time frame, are going to tell you it's further out. How are you following up from there?
So just more questions. I mean, if you hear like my approaches, if you go to my YouTube channel, Duane Richins, Door-to-Door Realtor, you will see all I do is ask questions. I connect, ask questions, interject personality, but it's just asking questions to get them to think. So what is the main reason you want to wait 2 years? For most people right now, the biggest objection they're getting is interest rates. and the price of homes. And so then I just ask them, how much do you know about the real estate market? Do you think the market's going to go up or down? Why? And it's just question after question after question. Isn't that crazy that it's doing this and that? And then another question, right? And I just walk them through a process where they tell me everything as a salesperson I would want to tell them, Bryon. I want to tell them, no, you need to buy now, because when rates go back down, prices are going to shoot through the roof. Appreciation, even at an 8% interest rate, we have already seen homes still appreciating. There's tons of sellers markets across the United States, even at an 8% interest rate. They don't understand these things, but we can't just go and blast them with all the knowledge, because then they think, oh, Duane's just there to sell me a house. He's not there for anything other than to make money. But as you ask them all these questions, their mindset changes and they start to think, I never thought about that. And you're right. And yeah, I am waiting for this to crash. And it hasn't over this many years. Why would it? So there's a lot of psychology behind it.
Yeah. And by the way, just as an aside for everybody listening, if you've not studied the history of mortgage rates, first off, we are below historical average. We are. And also go back and look from, I think it's 1971, which is when rates went above 7. It took until 1993 for rates to go back down, right? That was the first time in that time period the rates went back down. Meantime, the value of houses went from, I think it was $27,000 for the median price home to over $125,000 for the median price home. So if you're waiting for rates to come down, you are missing it, right? But people don't understand that. They think it's just going to happen tomorrow. They turn on CNN and hear Powell's going to lower them in September, and they're thinking it's going to be 2.99 again. It ain't. So making sure that we're really providing that kind of historical context for folks, and the real information can be important. All right. So you talked about the scripting, and you're asking all these questions, and I think it's funny too, because I'm betting a lot of people think that this is a door-to-door that's going to lead to later conversations. Jeremy, you shared with me, I think it was your first week. How many homes did you end up going into and like doing presentations like then and there?
Yeah. So my first week when I got my license, when I started going door to door, it was probably about 15 homes I got into. And I remember I called Duane. We weren't working together at the time. And I was like, this is the easiest thing in the world. Like, how am I not going to crush it? Because in alarms, you were trying to sell 3 or 4 alarms at the higher levels per day. So you were used to like get into people's homes and do presentations. So with real estate, I would use some of the same tactics and get inside of a house, do like a walkthrough, and I had to learn how to do that on the spot. But it was about 15 per week that first week. And then it was about 20 a week after that. And then I had to learn how to close them, do the presentation, and so forth.
Yeah. So when you heard Duane earlier say you're looking to get in and close, now he's not saying close for the appointment later on. He's saying you're looking to get in there. And is that always going to be the case? No, but be prepared for that to be the case, because you're going to meet people who are immediate need clients. So I want to talk now about kind of some of the objections we're going to hear as we're knocking doors. So let's say the conversation is progressing, and but they're throwing out the I'm looking, but if we would use our realtor that we used before. How are you dealing with that?
Who do you want to answer?
Yeah, I'll just get some background real quick, and then we'll have Duane answer it. But door knocking, the objections you're going to get are the exact same that you'll get in cold calling or any other form. So there's no different, right? You have I have a realtor, commissions, timing, rates, not interested. So they're going to be the exact same. The difference on the doors is there's a thing called smoke screens. People have this like natural reaction just to say whatever to get you off their doorstep. Even the Ring doorbell camera right now has pre-recorded messages to kick salespeople off their doorstep. You and I talked about this the other day, right?
Yeah, I realized this like 2 weeks ago, that I was looking at my Ring and I was like, what is that pre-recorded? Yeah.
So it's a consumer natural reaction when you answer the door for them to throw whatever. So when you go door to door, that's called a smoke screen. So if someone says it for the first time, I don't even acknowledge it. If you were to say that to me, I'd be like, cool. Anyways, and then I keep going in my pitch. I don't even acknowledge it. If it comes up a second time, then I'll have something like a sentence or two to give it more air. If it comes up a third time on the doors, then I'll overcome it. But that's the big difference with going door to door, is you just have to kind of like let these go off your back, because they're just trying to get you off their door. And so you just go right through it. I want 6 no's. I want hurdles throughout the conversation because it shows that they're interested if they keep bringing it up and it's an actual issue. But then Duane can walk through how to overcome it.
Well, and the key factor is a lot of people don't have that agent because I'm knocking on their door. Is over 80% of people don't follow up with their realtors they've used in the past, that don't have their number, have no clue who they are, how to contact them. So you're not getting a lot of those objections. But when you do, you should have a series of questions you're going to ask. And once again, it's all back to question-based selling. You're going to ask them a series of questions as you go through. And some of the questions I'm going to use, the first one I'm going to start is, well, what's the most important thing to you in the sale of your house? They're always going to come back and say money. And one thing you need to remember, everybody's watching, never ask a question you don't know how they're going to respond. Because the minute you do, you're going to go, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know where to go. You're stumped, right? From there, they're always going to say money. Cool. Is this agent full-time or part-time? How much volume do they do? Are they someone that you could fire if they weren't doing a good job for you? And that is where you start the process down through this. How close are you to them? Now, if you can make an extra $30,000 or $40,000 by having someone else listed, is that something you'd give away to have said family member help? You guys, I've listed homes for people where their mother was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing your financial information with said friend or family member? There's a lot of questions, and you just go through that full step of questions, and you're going to use a lot of what your client says back to formulate the next question. And then just continue to walk them through the process. Have you gone through a marketing plan? Have they talked to you about a marketing plan? How hard did they have to work to earn your business? Or do they just figure because, oh, that's my aunt, I don't have to do anything? And how hard will they work to maintain your business because you are a family member? Do they need to, or is this a shoe in? Oh, I've already got Aunt Sally or my nephew's deal, so I don't have to really push very hard on that one. I can go acquire more business because that one's already a shoe in. So there's all these different questions you're going to ask to help them realize you've got to have someone that's hungry and that wants their business for life and their family's business for life, and that's going to push. And if I don't do my job, fire me. And I also bring that up in every one of my listing agreements. If for any reason you're not satisfied with the work that I'm doing, you can cancel this agreement at any moment. How many real estate agents are saying that? Did they say that to you as well?
Yeah.
I think one thing I'd like to add on that too is, again, the benefit of door-to-door is as Duane's doing or as an agent's doing that, I can watch their eyes and I can watch their body language and I can see how they're responding. And I can ask a question, and did that offend them? Did they get closed off? Did they fold their arms? And so you can constantly pivot while you're with people when you're face to face. And so that adds a whole new skill set that you need to learn. Go buy all the books on body language and presentation. But then also it allows you to adapt quicker. When you're on the phone, you can't see that. And so you have to use more of a script. But when you're in person, you can kind of let it flow like Duane is talking about.
Yeah, and keep in mind on this particular objection, the stat that I hear most often is 75 to 80% of realtors fail out of the industry in the first 2 years in the business, and something like 90% in the first 5 years. That's the stats that float around the industry. Whether or not those are exactly accurate or not, pretty darn close, which means chances are that person that sold them that home isn't even in the business anymore. And so a simple question of when's the last time you talked with your agent about the equity you built in your home is going to kind of pop into their mind of, oh yeah, that person doesn't communicate with me anymore. All right, I imagine also too, another big objection you guys get is, well, let me talk with my spouse or significant other. So how are you dealing with that?
Jeremy, you want to take that one?
Yeah, again, I'll always talk about the strategy a little bit. So on this one, a lot of the times when you're door knocking, the spouse is going to be gone. That's one of the one things that you're going to deal with. But the beauty of knocking all those hours is you can pop back by when you see both cars there. And so I can swing back by. I already talked to the spouse, and now I can talk to this spouse and get them together. And so your evening schedule, you start stacking all these appointments for when you're going to pop back by, and they're super casual. It's not like a professional. I went back to my office and prepped and came back. It's just cool. I'm going to come by, pop back by real quick and talk to both of you. That's going to happen a ton throughout your day because you're just in the area for so long. So that's actually a good thing. I'm not going to push them and sell them. Like, I'm not going to further the conversation or talk to them anymore. Once I know that I see the ring, I hear them talk about that, I kind of die out on the conversation. I'll ask them a little bit about their spouse. Like, have you guys talked about this? If you were to move, where would she want to move or he want to move? I get a little filler on the spouse. And then it's a simple, cool, I'm going to pop back by. I'll put you at the end of my route. Just leave the porch light on, or does she park on the left or right? What type of car? And then when I come back around the neighborhood, I see that they're home. I'll casually just go knock the door and chat with them. But it's not like an official appointment that I'm stressing about. It's just I'm casually coming back by to talk to them. But that's going to happen a lot.
Brian, for me, I'm gonna push as far as I can with the one-legger. We call them one-leggers because they're not both legs there. And you don't want to close them, or that's cause for a divorce. Who's going to buy a house without their spouse, right?
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm going to take whoever I'm talking to and get them to the end, to where I know I'm not wasting my time going back. Then second, this is key. Do not repeat what I said to your spouse when they come home. I'm going to prep them on what to say to their spouse, because the minute they try to regurgitate that the average interest rate over the last 25 years is 8.1% and start giving all this statistical data, and they're going to miss it and murder it. I don't want them to do that. So I just say, hey, can you repeat back a lot of the things I told you? She's like, no, not very well. Or he says, no, not very well. Great. Here's what I want you to do. Just say Duane came by. He had some crazy information on the market, and he wants to come back by and share that with you. And I wanted him to. Can you give him 5 minutes? And that's all I ask. And once I get there, I'm there for an hour and close them. So that's really what you're looking for is just to be able to make sure, number one, that they're ready to transact. And then number two, that they'll prep the conversation well enough. Because that's the last thing spouse wants to hear when they come home from work tired. Oh, this real estate agent's going to come back by and he's going to tell you this, this, and this, and this, and this. And he goes, no, or she says, no, I'm not interested. Right. They don't
tell them in the shower. Tell them in the shower. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and so what's funny, so I'm betting a lot of the agents listening to this, depending upon their behavioral styles and their level of aggression and things of that nature, they might hear something like that and be a little like, well, I don't know if I could say those things. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It comes with practice and it comes with technique. How you say it and saying it in the way that's most comfortable to you is up to you. But you can say that. But even if you don't use that script, here's the thing. What these guys are saying is you're getting face to face, you're building rapport, you're letting them see you and who you are, what a professional you are, how knowledgeable you are. And you're doing something that most agents who might be circle prospecting that neighborhood never do, which is build a face-to-face relationship with them. Right. And so Duane, you and I were talking and you want to share about your journey into databasing and how you got out of having to go door to door all the time for your bread and butter.
Sure. So, I mean, here's the key factor. If you knock on the right areas, you're going to get repeat and referral clients. You're getting the same objections from everybody over and over and over again. Guys, it doesn't reinvent the wheel. So once you get really good at doing this, my close rate was every 7 doors, I was picking up a listing at the end of my door knocking career. So when you get good at it, you bring in a lot of clients. As you bring in a lot of clients, you give them crazy good service. They start referring people. I would say events and social media was my next step. We do a ton on social media. Every time we have a success, we post it. We let people know how successful we're being, and it's always accolades back to the client. Congratulations to the Smiths on the purchase of their new home. We sold their house in 4 days. We sold this one for over ask price. This one took a little bit longer, but we got the deal done and got them at a great price. But it's always about our clients. And then you continue to do events where you're adding value back. Come to this movie event. Come to an Easter egg hunt, barbecue in the park, charity event, and they start inviting other people. And as you start building out that database, it's not me calling them every 6 weeks to say, hey, it's Duane again. Have you thought about selling your house yet? It's adding value back to them. That's all it took. So high volume, great service, and then give back. If you do that, you're going to not have to knock doors. I haven't done it in 7 years. So it's great blessings.
Yeah. And, you know, for those of you who are, maybe your production might be off this year, maybe you're not on track to hit your goals for the end of the year. Listen, it's August. You got plenty of time. You heard the stats that these guys were sharing about how many deals they closed pretty quickly and how quickly you can get into a relationship with these homeowners and these home buyers. So make sure that if you're thinking about doing this, you know, go check out the YouTube channel. What was the YouTube channel again, Duane?
Duane Richins, door-to-door realtor.
Okay, go check out the YouTube channel. You've got great scripts there. You've got great techniques that go a little bit further than what we did in the conversation today. But this is a really good starter for you to start thinking about, especially if you don't have a geographic farm. You need a geographic farm. And this is the quickest way to start dominating a geographic farm that I know of. Hey guys, we really appreciate you coming on, sharing your hard-won wisdom with everybody. Thank you so much for that.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thanks a ton.
All right, you guys. Hey, Russ.
Hey, dang,
right.
that was baller level cool. I like that a bunch. I like it when you give your real recipes. Like, here's how it's really going to go. Not this. Oh, everything will be fine. Wing it.
Oh yeah, just wing it. Yeah, these guys are not winging it. No.
Nobody started a master, and I think that's the hardest part. Is people think they're going to go in as a master, and it's like nobody started a master. The cool part is you go in and you learn stuff, and you learn stuff by messing stuff up. You don't learn it by doing it perfect, and that's the thing.
Go make friends, build relationships, bring value. That's it. That's all you have to do, and then the scripting will come. That's right.
Agreed. Fantastic. Great job, guys. Love it. Thank you for being
Friday,
here,
y'all.
you guys. All right, there you go. Wow. Whew. I don't know if you guys have ever seen anybody really break that down, how that really works. That's the first time I've seen it done with that much detail with those guys. You could tell that they've actually done it a bunch because they know what you're getting into and they know what the common things are and they know who would have thought you stand at a little bit of an angle? I've never heard that one before either. So it's a lot of little details. So rewatch that one, replay that one. That'll be on our YouTube channel in the playlist for Big Agent Meetings. So make sure you rewind that puppy and watch it again if you need to. All right, next up, I've got a conversation that I don't think I've had yet in detail, and it's about the healthcare program with EXP. And the person we have is Abby Slaughter. She's actually the healthcare guru with this. So Abby, why don't you come on down?
Hey, Russ, how's it going?
Going good. Agent healthcare with EXP. I know a couple of really basic things. I know back in 2018, when I was looking at it originally, it had some challenges, right? And their reputation was it had some challenges. And I keep hearing over and over and over now that EXP Agent Healthcare keeps getting better and better and better. And it's actually been amazing for a couple of years, and you guys just keep making it better. So what's new with Agent Healthcare?
I appreciate that. Yes. So we actually have a few new things to share today. Yes, we kind of like you learn stuff by messing stuff up, like you said. Well, the guys that started Clearwater learned from the other insurance companies and didn't really like what they were doing. They thought it was kind of, I wouldn't say maybe messing it up, but kind of missing the mark for what they thought healthcare should look like. And beyond that, the segment that we are working with here on my side of the house is 1099s, people who have historically had to go to the marketplace.
Yes.
That's the only choice. So with EXP Agent Healthcare and our partnership, we are able to offer all of the 1099s really great benefits at an affordable rate.
Yes.
And we have several different options. So something is going to fit. We have something that will fit your needs, whatever those needs are. And if you're on a plan that's already the best one for you, we'll tell you. We just want to make sure you have the coverage that you need at a rate you can afford and your family is taken care of.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. So my wife has a muscle disease, has been kicking her butt a bunch for a bunch of years, and there are a lot of challenges that go with that, and pre-existing things that go with that. And being 1099 it's so freaking hard to know what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. So do you guys help talk people through, like, here's what's available, here's what you need, and here's the best way to go for you? Because, like, I need a tour guide every time we're talking about it. Is that what 100%. You're doing? Good.
Yeah, I mean, and 1099s, like you're saying, you're basically like a little independent business owner, right?
Yeah.
Not little, but like you are an independent business owner.
Yeah.
You're having to figure everything out for yourself.
Yes.
So healthcare shouldn't have to be one of those things because it's confusing enough as it is in general. So yes, we actually have a team of dedicated licensed benefits consultants, and it is free to have a 30-minute chat with them. Just go over your needs. They will ask you questions, figure out what coverages you're going to need. 70% of Americans right now are on the wrong healthcare plan for them. They're paying for coverage they don't use.
Yep.
So what our goal is to talk with you, figure out what coverages you actually do need or will require, and get you on a plan with those, and make sure that you at an affordable rate. Through the partnership, we are able to offer a discount, which is why we partner with EXP, and you guys have been a fantastic partner. I mean, just look at today's meeting, the leadership from a tech perspective, building this new app, and I saw that we're in there. It's
Yes.
incredible. And the coaching that just happened, it makes me almost want to become an agent.
Yes.
So we're so honored to be part of the EXP family and a solution. And yes, EXP Agent HealthCare, we are coming up on open enrollment. So we wanted to kind of get in front of everybody, make sure everybody knows that it is an option for you and that there are different types of plans. And then we are also going to be launching a couple new holistic focus plans for open enrollment as well. So,
Ooh, what do you mean by
yes,
programs? Please.
yeah. So we have, and I'm not going to go into too much detail because we're working on like a rollout launch plan, but you can go see your naturopath. So you can go see your naturopath and have it covered by your health plan. And you can have chiropractic coverages. I know a lot of holistic approach starts with like maintenance with chiropractor or acupuncture, things like that. And so those types of things are going to be covered if you choose to take more of a preventative stance on your healthcare rather than the traditional reactive, I go to the doctor when I'm sick.
Yeah, absolutely love that. My wife has a PhD in natural health training stuff, and like modern medicine doesn't work for her and a bunch of stuff. So she's done all kinds of wild, unusual things, and not a single one of them have ever been covered before. So that is an awesome feature. I like that.
You're looking to change that. Yeah. So, and I don't know if you guys haven't, I'm going to just pop up some slides here if that's all right. If you guys are not familiar with EXP Agent HealthCare, and even as a refresher for those of you who are, I'm just going to go through a few quick things here if we've got the time. Russ, you're okay on time?
1 minute, less than 1 minute.
Less than 1 minute. All right. 30% of agents have no healthcare, and we do not think that you should have to choose between your wallet and health. So like I was talking about, here are just some costs of being uninsured, and no one wants to have these as a surprise. And you never know with health, it's you can't predict it. So we're going to help you lower your monthly costs, upgrade your network, and lower your out-of-pocket costs as well. The average that we're saving an individual on their healthcare premiums alone is about $4,000 a year. And that includes free telemedicine, free mental health coverage, $0 preventative care, $0 generic prescriptions. And these are just on the plans that we have right now. There are both traditional major medical, and then we have what is called ClearShare, which is a health insurance alternative. It's more like a community, and you have an annual max. And once your annual max is met, your needs are covered by the health plan.
Beautiful.
So yes, I will skip through some of these slides here. But how do I know and how do I learn more? So if you are looking to learn more about your health plan, you can go to exp.clearwaterhealth.com and book a call, or expagенthealthcare.com. They'll both get you there. You can book a call with one of our benefits consultants. Like I said, it's totally free. You can also get a quote online and then book a call if you'd like to talk with someone about it further. But I will be back closer to open enrollment to share some more details. In the meantime, if you're not already, please join us in the EXP Agent HealthCare group in Workplace.
Excellent. That is beautiful. I love that. And by the way, I've heard from multiple people, hey, I ran the numbers, ran the math, and it was hundreds of dollars a month. So that $4,000 a year thing, that actually makes a heck of a lot more sense. And I keep hearing it over and over. So it's not just one here, one there. So thank you very much, Abby.
Appreciate that.
Let's have you back when it gets a little bit later in the year. And why don't we spend 15, 20 minutes on this? Because I think there's a lot of people who'd like to know.
That's awesome. Yes, would love to. Thank you again for having me.
Beautiful. Thanks for being along today. Appreciate it. All right. So before we end the day today, thank you very much for sticking around. We've got a couple of other real quick announcements before we end here. EXP Executive Masterclass. Join Kendall Botter next Thursday. She's going to be on again discussing online lead conversion. Actually, I think that was from last week. So let's just jump right to the next thing here. So next big agent meeting coming up is going to be Smita Iravani. If you guys haven't seen that, you guys want to make sure you show up for next big agent meeting next Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, again, Kickstart starts the next 6-week cycle on August 20th. get your production rocking and rolling. Make sure you get set up and signed up for that. And then, of course, Revenos. I don't know if you guys have seen Revenos and gotten engaged with Revenos. If you're ready for some exciting news from Revenos division, check this out. Q1 and Q2 of 2024 have been incredible for the Revenos program inside EXP, with a whopping 28,127 referrals generated to EXP agents. That number's huge. And that's not all. Revenos has 2,258 closing results and over $750 million in closed volume. So it's not just a bunch of leads. You've got 2,258 closings in Q1 and Q2. Those numbers are amazing. Speaking of getting certified, if you guys haven't got certified, the fast track certification for all Revenos programs will now be available at EXPCon. So you can literally walk into EXPCon and walk out of Miami with the 8 certifications it takes to get your career to the next height. So if you want some lead flow generation coming straight from EXP, get fast track certified for Revenos. And if you can't wait until Miami, you can always get your certification classes over the next couple of weeks. You can find all Revenos live sessions are on the EXP training calendar, or scan the QR code that is up right now to be able to check that out and get set up for Revenos right now. Last but not least, KGCI Real Estate On Air is continuing to keep up with the aftermath of NAR settlement. The impacts go far and wide. All today, following the big agent meeting, KGCI will be sharing insights on how customers and clients are being impacted and what agents need to do to address those needs. Scan the QR code and listen live. Don't forget to subscribe to the Real Estate on Air wherever you listen on those podcasts. And of course, the last but not least, QR code. If you could scan that QR code, give us some feedback on a scale of 1 to 10. Let us know how we did today, content-wise. And if there's something that you'd like to see done differently, don't hesitate to let us know that too. Always seeking to improve. And thank you to each and every one of you that do the QR code on a weekly basis. We love your feedback and appreciate it. And the scores have been astronomical, which means we're delivering what you guys are asking for. We're proud to do it every single week. That's all for today. Stay tuned for iConversations coming up next. See you guys next week.